Hey Spicy Tea fam, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video of a guy who, even with an attorney, still managed to fudge up his entire plea deal, talking way too much on the record, in front of the judge, in front of the prosecution, and it is just a shit show. But before I get into the video, please like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bells, that way you're notified anytime I post a juicy hearing. But without further ado, let's get into the video.
Riley on behalf of Mr. Plea.
There was a date scheduled for a pretrial. I do have here a plea sheet. The defendant to plead guilty, credit time served. And PR bond. Is that accurate?
It is, Your Honor. I was under the impression that he may have had time to attach to this file, Your Honor. If not, then we would be agreeable to no time jail.
Yes, Your Honor.
I do love posting these in case anyone is going through the court system and needs to be educated on what to do. Don't do this. Don't be this guy.
That's a PR bond, so I don't have any time noted here.
I believe you spent at least one night in jail on arrest in this case, Your Honor. Might be the only joke for the case.
I don't even know if that happened. I don't have any record. All I have is that he was seen the day he was hooked by the magistrate. So,
This report does indicate that he was in custody.
well, where I recognize he was likely in custody. That's not going to be a killable that works.
Okay.
Figure something else out.
Agree to no upfront jail.
Is that what you want to do, Mr. Britt?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm assuming he's unemployed. Is that what the issue is? Are you
Yes.
employed?
No.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. You're being charged with one count of trespass here from the 15th. This is on or about the 15th of December, but at approximately 11:58 p.m. at the area at or near Burnway in South Waverly. You have the right to proceed to trial in this matter. You have the right to a jury trial, and you have the right to maintain your innocence and require the city prove that you're guilty. They would have to prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You want to give up those rights? It comes with giving up your right to remain silent at any trial and not having silence be used against you. Your right to see, hear, or question any other witnesses that the city intends to call against you, and your right to call your own witnesses or present evidence at trial that you believe show a defense to these charges. You understand that?
Yes.
And you wish to give up those rights as well?
Yes.
Is anyone threatening you to give those rights up? Any threats to you to get you to give those
Oh, no.
rights up? Okay. Any promises being made to you if you give up those rights?
No.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No.
As to trespass, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Is that because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
Factual basis?
Mr. Britt, on December 15th of 2024, were you present at 3900 Burnway Drive, apartment 115?
Yes.
Is that in the city of Lansing, Kane County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
Is it true that you had been asked to leave that apartment and that you did not immediately leave when asked by a person who had authority to ask for you?
Yes. I was getting ready to leave, but they forced me to leave faster than I could get up.
I believe that's a factual basis.
You say you were getting ready to leave and they asked you to leave?
Yeah, they asked me to leave. I was getting ready to leave, and they said 10 seconds now. And I'm okay. Let me get myself up. And nope, it's over with. Just came in, got me. And when I couldn't even get a chance to get up, start walking out the door.
How was that trespassing?
If I can clarify, is it true that the police were called to that apartment because the person there wanted you?
Yeah, the person that actually wanted me to leave, the person had an argument, and the person stood up and told him that I just wanted him just to be quiet and whatever. And then they said, well, for me to leave.
Okay, so you were visiting someone
Yes.
at their home?
Yes, at their home.
Okay, and you got into some kind of a disagreement.
Yes.
They asked you to leave?
Not really, they told me to be
It's not
quiet.
really, that's not an answer.
Well,
Did they
no,
ask you to leave?
no, they said be quiet.
Okay, so they didn't say, I want you to leave my house?
No,
Okay, how, and then they later called the police?
no, they called the police. She called the police and told me to be quiet because we was arguing. And then next thing you know, police told me I'm
So-
tired.
Okay, so you called the police because you still were arguing and you wouldn't be quiet?
Yeah, well, I
So the
was
police-
quiet. Yeah, I got quiet.
Well, you must not have been assuming so because the
No,
police were
she
called.
had called him.
Okay, so she called the police arrived, she says, I want you to leave, I
No,
want him to leave.
no, the police said, I'm tired. I'm
The police was tired?
yeah, the police said, I'm tired. And I ain't got no tolerance or nothing right now. He said, so I'm giving you 10 seconds to get up and leave.
Oh, so the
Okay,
police asked you to leave,
Exactly. And
not
so
the
now I'm
person who
getting up
owns
to
the
leave.
home.
Right.
Okay, I'm not going to accept the plea, it's not appropriate. We should set it for a final pretrial and see if we have a witness.
Ready to plead guilty to it.
Well, you can't plead guilty because you just tried to, and the facts don't align with guilt because it's not trespassing just because the police asked you to leave. If you left when they asked you to leave, if the person told you couldn't be there,
What
the person, and you just told me on this record that they didn't tell you that.
Can I ask a clarifying question? Your Honor? Mr. Britt, had the police been to that apartment earlier in the day?
they came early, I believe, one time.
And when they were there earlier, did they tell you that you had to leave and that if you did not leave, you'd be trespassed?
I guess, yes, I think she did say that. And so I just sit there and then called them again. The police came back and told me I had to leave.
The
Because you
police came,
trespassed.
so the police were called earlier the same day to this address, sir?
Yes,
Okay, and they asked you to leave then?
no, they asked me to leave.
The plea failed.
Okay.
You can further counsel him, but I'm gonna set it for final pretrial. Because unless he can, he can't tell, he's already told me that the police didn't ask him to leave earlier,
Right.
that they gave him 10 minutes.
No, they had
10
told,
seconds, that is.
well, they had
Oh.
told me, Miss Judge, they had told me I'm trespassing. That's
I
what they said.
recognize they did. They told you that when though?
They told me that earlier. They told me that earlier.
They said, so they appeared earlier. What time is earlier?
I guess about, I don't know, was that 10 minutes before that time or then she had called him again because me and her still was kind of
Oh, so the
hurt.
police were called on you twice the same day?
I don't even know. I think they were still there.
The police arrived twice the same day? You spoke to the police twice that day?
No, the police came. and
You only
took-
spoke to the police once that day?
Yes, that's what I did. But she had
So
called
how
the
did they
police.
tell you, so how did they tell you earlier to leave if you only spoke to them once?
They had told me, we had told you, because we're getting tired of coming back here.
But stop. Did you talk to them more than once that day? So how did they had told you anything if you hadn't spoke to them earlier that day?
They talked to me. I don't believe that. Yeah, they talked to me. I mean, he has,
You see-
he has the body cam and everything.
You see what this record reflects? He can't establish a factual basis. Either he doesn't remember the facts, or he's not willing to be forthcoming with the facts, or the facts, as he's stating, don't align with the plea. And if what he's saying sometimes is that you only spoke to one officer once and they told you to leave once and gave you 10 seconds, then that's not a trespass. Now, if they came earlier that day, and you were asked to be removed from the property and then you failed to leave, and then they had to come back, that's different. But you told me you only spoke to the officer once, so I gotta continue to final pretrial. That'll allow, I want the officer and the alleged victim here, the person who owns this house, and then that way the parties can flesh out what happened. There's that. If the victim has a different opinion of what happened, then that'll help the prosecutor know how to move forward, okay?
March 11th at 8:15.
March 11th at 8:15.
10.
8:15 in the morning, you need to be here. additional matters for the record?
Nothing further. Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
You're all set, sir.